And now, the Bigfoot Corporation, makers of quality tree sap extractor since 2015, the only tree sap extractor you'll ever need, proudly presents tonight's presentation of Dr. Francis Stein, Mad Domestic Scientist. This is the story of Dr. Francis Stein, a housewife by day and a mad scientist by midday. Today's episode begins. Frances is dutifully fulfilling her domestic responsibility in helping her husband Harold and their two children, Bobby, age 9, and Sally, age 7, prepare for their busy days.
Come, children. I see Mrs. Irksome, your school bus driver, turning the corner of Barnes & Noble. You don't want to keep her waiting.
Yes, Mommy.
Yes, Mummy. And Harold, here's your briefcase with all the papers you'll need for today. I've organized them, color-coded them, and cross-referenced them, so they'll be right at your beck and call when you need them.
Oh, my dear, I don't know how you do all that you do. Cleaning our home, preparing our meals, seeing after the children, and treating me so well.
Well, you are the king of our castle, my dear. But don't stand here lauding me. You must leave so as not to be late for your 8 o'clock meeting with your big client.
Yes, of course, my darling. Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
Oh, please, allow me to give you a peck upon the cheek. And so, with her husband and children lovingly and affectionately sent off to work and school, Frances Stein retires to her hidden sewing room, which she has, unbeknownst to her family, secretly converted into a laboratory. Shedding her apron and donning her lab coat, she is joined by her faithful lackey assistant Boris, and she becomes Dr. Francis Stein, Mad Domestic Scientist.
Now I can get down to business. Mad Domestic Scientist business. Boris, my submissive and loyal servant, where are you?
Well, here I am, Doctor, eagerly awaiting your command.
Very good. Did you accomplish the tasks I gave you to perform?
Oh, yes, Doctor. Here is the store mannequin you wanted, and here are the various wires and transistors and circuit boards you requested as well.
Very good, my faithful underling. You performed well. I shall have to remember to reward you in some way.
Well, Doctor, now that you mention it, it gets lonely here all night in your laboratory. Perhaps you could invent a companion for me, like a dog, perhaps.
A dog? What about the potted houseplant I brought in here for you last week?
Oh, that potted houseplant was actually me, Doctor. Don't you remember? That's what I became when you tested your latest serum on me.
Oh, yes. I had to change you back into your naturally hideous form. Watering you was too much of an additional burden for me. Otherwise, I would have made you do it, but you were the plant, so we're back where we started. I'll have to think of another reward for you. For now, I will merely pat you on the head.
Why, thank you kindly, Doctor. But what experiment will you be conducting today?
Well, I'm finding my housework is increasingly cutting into my mad domestic scientist time, so I will create a robot maid to take over some of that burden.
Ah, and that is why you had me collect this store mannequin and these various wires and transistors and circuit boards?
Of course. Now let's get to work.
And so, Dr. Francis Stein, aided by her faithful lackey Boris, got to work. After several hours, the robot maid had been assembled and was ready for testing.
And now, it's ready. Push the button, Boris!
Yes, Doctor.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
It's alive!
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well, can she say anything besides hello?
Of course, you impertinent fool. She will say and do whatever I command her. But first, I will give her a name. Perhaps I will call her Marion. Maid Marion.
Oh, yes, Doctor. A good name, Doctor.
All right now, Maid Marion. I'm your creator. Speak, my subservient creation.
I am.
Maid Marion.
You are here to serve me.
Oh, pardon me for saying so, Doctor, but she appears to be a bit confused as to her proper role here.
Something is not right here.
I will relax now. I command you to get me a chair and a television and a tall glass of oil in a dirty glass.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And step on it, boy.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Wait a moment here. Let me shut her down. Let me have a look at these components. What's this? Boris! My highly incompetent minion. I distinctly told you to get me passive components, but these inductors, resistors, and capacitors are assertive, not passive.
Well, I fear the lighting was bad at the transistor hut. I had a hard time reading the labels. Besides, I didn't think it mattered, Doctor.
Why, you vexatious dullard. How many times must I tell you not to think? Instead of creating a compliant servant, you've caused me to create a demanding diva. You were much less trouble when I had you as a potted houseplant. Of course you know this means I shall now have to punish you rather than reward you.
Oh, but Doctor, you already patted me on the head.
Well, I shall have to rescind that pat on the head with this slap on the face.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Doctor.
I fear I don't have time to endure what your impetuous ineptness has caused me to do. My husband and children will be home soon, and I must transform myself back into a housewife. As for you, my subservient lackey, you will sit in that corner, count spiders or whatever, and ponder what a fool you are.
And so, donning her lab coat and putting on her apron, Frances Stein returns to her role as a housewife, while she closes the door to her laboratory and shutting her loyal minion Boris up for the night.
And now I spend another lonely night here in the laboratory. I wonder if I should turn on the robot Maid here to keep me company. Dr. Stein may not like it, but, well, I am lonely. I will do it. After all, what could possibly go wrong?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well, hello there, Maid Marian. Would you like to play a game, or maybe count cracks on the ceiling, or maybe just sit here and talk?
I am
Maid Marian.
You are here to serve me?
Oh, what would you like to do? I have checkers. Would you like to play checkers, ma'am?
You will get me a chair. You will make it a recliner. You will get me my slippers. You will prepare me
I think I liked it better when I was a potted
a
houseplant,
footstool.
yes.
You will dance for my entertainment.